Cat, and welcome back to SkyGloo. This is part, if you'll believe it, we're actually on 17 now. This is one of my favorite long-running series, and yeah, it is one of the craziest challenges I've been embarking on, trying to survive without going below Y200. My goal, my next big goal, is to get lava, since that's going to allow me, with the right dripstone and stuff, to actually make renewable lava, and maybe even a nether portal. But so that I can get towards my lava, I need to get some slime balls. This is something I'm sure you're aware of, because last time I had pandas that fell into the void, and so today I need to go all the way back, breed some more pandas, and then bring those back here. It's going to be a whole thing, but I've got myself a new fishing rod, I've got myself enough bamboo to breed them, and I've got the maths, again, thanks to Taylor Davis, actually. One of the, I'm very appreciative of, like, just how much some people enjoy this, and indeed Taylor Davis has liked it enough to help out with the maths on how many pandas we need. On average, it's 26. But we're going to have to breed far more to get past that. Basically, I'm going to be turning my base, or at least an area just outside of it, into a giant panda sanctuary. But first, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up in the morning and go on a long voyage to try and bring some pandas home. Because you should always try to bring pandas home. It's always worth doing. So with that said, let's sell some of these. Let's go to bed, and let's try in the morning to get some pandas. Do you mind if I start this stream with a story, everybody? You know, guess what? You have no choice. Hello, everyone, by the way. Just kidding. But I do want to, you know, it's one of the interesting things about rhetorical questions is, like, the moment anyone actually has a different answer than you expect, the entire concept falls apart, and you wonder what you're even doing. But, yeah, if I could start with a rhetorical question, which I can, it's not a question, I think I'd like to tell you in chat about about a story that's like fairly minor, but like came up against it. Because I was, you know, I was in the fridge, you know, as you do, looking at how messy it was, you know, because I just dump stuff in there wherever I can find space. Terrible habit. You don't want to be in that one. But anyway, so I was just in the fridge, having a little peruse, and you know, like once there's some stuff in your fridge. I think to me, I'm really bad at like understanding that stuff behind what I can see exists. Like if I don't see it when I open the fridge, I won't even emotionally be aware that it's there. And so, you know, I think in a similar vein, I have I think it's really easy to think that you have a fully stocked fridge, or you have you know, you have everything you need for, like, I don't know, like for guests, for example. And then if you actually do get guests, you're like, oh yeah, people like very different things to me, as it turns out. Also, this boat is so close to the edge, chat, I don't like it. I'm gonna break it, and I'll make it again. That's the only way I want to do this. Anyway, though, let's go on a long voyage, shall we? So, yeah, I think that, like, it's really easy to assume that, like, everything that you like is exactly what guests like. But if I could give you a you know, a small tale of a friend who I'm sure wouldn't mind me telling this story. I had a friend who, when they did their like big, you know, like move-in party, like celebrating that their house is warmed, they spent like a few months like getting their place together first, and they're like, they've done some interior decorating in their life. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a nice place. And they held it. Also, why are the clouds grey? Does anyone know? Is it raining down there and I just don't see up here? Is it specifically something about putting ice through clouds that causes them to bug out and go grey? Is it something about SkyGloo? Anyway, I do this as well and feel bad when fruit rots. His fridge management is as bad as his inventory management. Exactly. If it's not actively taking up the slot that I need right now, then it can stay there because I might need it in the future. But yeah, so I had a friend who, on one of the hottest days of the year, obviously in the UK, most places don't have AC. His apartment was no exception. But one of the hottest days of the year, he was like, oh yeah, you can just go in the fridge and grab anything you like. And I feel like I'm not, I feel like I'm a relatively fussy person in a lot of ways. But like, I feel like I can be very easy. You know, I feel like it's everyone's obligation, right? When you're being hosted, to be an easy guest. Whether it's an obligation or whether it's not, maybe is something we could debate. But it's what people try to do. And so this friend on the hottest day of the year was like, my fridge has literally just beer and lemonade. And I was like, oh man, I feel like when it comes to drinking, it's like, you know, I think I drink literally everything but beer, chat. I can drink a cider, I can drink a mixed drink, I can drink a cocktail, I can drink a wine, I can drink a sparkling wine, or a, you know, the champagne, you know, non-branded equivalent from Spain. Italy or the UK. That, you know, UK sparkling wine's good though, but different wine, different time. Anyway, so I feel like my friend was like, yeah, if you're cold, don't worry, I've got some ice cold beer. And the beer was like Birra Moretti. It's a brand that I only see like very occasionally advertised at a pub. No one I know ever goes for this beer, and so no one else at the party also went for it, which was interesting because I feel like most beer drinkers claim to drink the same beer every time. And so there was this whole, it was like kind of a water everywhere, but not a drop to drink situation. There were drinks all over this fridge. There were drinks for everyone, enough drinks for a whole party and more. But it was the wrong type of drink for the person that was there, which was, you know, both me and everyone else. And also, it looks like I don't have to go as far back home to get pandas as I thought, because I left these guys here. Thank God for that. I'm going to try and get them back home without having to use a boat, because it seems that went quite poorly for me last time. Are they both snotty pandas? No, it's only one snotty panda. But it's still better than nothing. It saves me a long walk. Oh, if I can even get the lead attached, which I can't, because you can only attach the lead to the underside of the boat, because mobs are stupid. Why? You know, I feel like, why? Okay, I worked something out there. Did I get the panda or did I get the boat? I got the boat. Okay, let's do this, chat. Let's do this. Much easier than I thought. So, yeah, there's an interesting thing about, like, you can have all the stuff in the world you want, but if it's not the right stuff, it doesn't matter, right? You can have the world's largest... you can have the world's fastest car, but, you know, I think for a little bit, if it was electric, people wouldn't like it. Now, if you have a, you know, super fast petrol car, it's like, and you also have to fill it up with dino juice, and you're not going to be allowed in certain areas with that, you know? I feel like you can have the world's biggest house, but if it's decorated horribly, or it's divided horribly, or it's in the wrong location, what does it matter? You know, I feel like one of the things that drives me craziest about social media is how it will, like, cater to our, like, impulses of how smart we are. And so I get recommended so much, like, so many videos of London property, and every comment is someone from someone else in the UK being like, oh, 375k for that, you could get an 8-bedroom house up where I live. And it's like, well, that tells you either, you know, I don't know, like, it tells you either those houses aren't as nice as this one to some buyers, or that people are willing to spend a lot of money not to be there, right? Like, having the right house in the wrong location, or the right location with the wrong house. It's like it's an interesting thing to me. But what's the reason I bring this up is because this friend, you know, it's a hard lesson to pick up. It's one that I think took me a really long time to learn. Is that, like, some things are like, you need to have people pleasers, right? Things that everyone loves. Pizza is great for this. You know, I like the idea of experimenting with, like, what if we got a bunch of different takeout food? It's like, yeah, everyone likes pizza though. Pizza is cheap, easily delivered, quick, it's hot, everyone loves it. It's the same is true for, like, donuts in the Krispy Kreme space. But so I have this same friend, when he came to visit me for a party later that year, he brought with him some beer, some Birra Moretti. Again, if you know this brand, you'll have to let me know. It's La Authentica. And he brought this beer with him, and he brought it to the house, and no one else at the party drank the beer. I didn't drink the beer. He didn't even drink the beer, because and it made me realize maybe he doesn't even like this beer himself. But so it's sat in my fridge ever since, chat. It's been 2.5 years now that I've had this Birra Moretti in my fridge, under the assumption that surely, if my friend assumed that a whole party full of people would like this, surely it's a popular drink, surely this is a people pleaser, and I'm just not people. But, you know, to the audience of me, and to the audience of everyone I've had around my house since, it has not inspired a single soul. It is 4.6% by volume. It was founded by Italy in 1859. And if you look at the bottom there, I don't know if you can see, but, you know, I got this really cool webcam set up with a... I got a really fun webcam setup, but the problem is it now means that I can't get stuff. Like, I've got a, what's it called, a teleprompter, if I ever need to, like, read stuff. But I don't read scripts anyway. It was a dumb idea. You know, I got a really cool piece of kit that wasn't actually useful for me. Anyway, so I've got this beer. No one wants to drink it. It's now expired, but I still think to myself, but you know, I can't get this out of my fridge, because what if I need it one day? And even though it's expired, and now at this point, like, I really should throw it out, I've been thinking out, like, I've been trying to work out, but what is the utility? And, you know, this is kind of what I like to do with Minecraft features too, like, every time some weird niche thing comes to the game, like the fact that you can dry out... I've been really obsessed recently, chat, with the fact that you can dry out clay to make it... No, you can dry out, what is it, mud to make clay? I don't know how my brain has just skipped on it as soon as I've started thinking about it. But you can take mud, you can dry out the water, it becomes clay. And then you can take the clay and you can smelt it into terracotta. I've become obsessed with the fact that you can do these sorts of things that no one is actually going to do most of the time, but I get to do here. And so this entire Igloo world exists because I am trying... I love that it's making me find utility in weird parts of the game. No one ever needs pandas. No one ever uses pandas because they need them. You get pandas because they are cute. But today I'm getting pandas because they are useful. Today I'm getting pandas not just for their vague vibe. Also, probably tastes like pee. Don't do it. No, so here is my idea. Here is my... here is how we square the circle in my brain. Also, it's got alcohol in it. Alcohol kills germs. It's fine. Yeah, as long as I drink less than 4.8% of this, then I'll have only drunken alcohol and it'll be fine. Rain looks so weird above cloud height. Yeah, very true. I looked up recently, I looked up how high clouds are in the real world. Let me tell you, Minecraft is not very realistic. These people just want to steal the joy of a 2-year-old aged beer. Yeah, exactly, it's aged. If this were a whiskey, people would be chomping at the bit to tell me to drink it. But oh, it's a beer and now that's not okay. But yeah, chat. I've been thinking about it. What is the utility of this? If no one in my house, no one who's visited my house in the last few years wants to drink it, if even the person who brought it to my house doesn't want to drink it, what can I do with Birra Moretti? And I've worked out to get utility value, right? To get... Also, it's going to be tricky to get. I remember having a hard time with this last time. So I could detach the lead. Actually, can I sleep while I've got a lead attached? Oh, it feels dodgy to do. But as long as I don't wake up below the cloud heights. Also, sleeping through the thunderstorm. Ah, I feel like I kind of want a thunderstorm. Okay, so now we need to get the pandas up here. I'm going to use blocks to do that. Thankfully, I've got some. I'll just place the blocks right over here. Just... Oh, no, 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 not again, not again, not again. So we'll place the blocks over there. There's a chance that I'm stretching it. There we go, there we go. Okay, now we have to break that bed. Don't worry, it's hardcore. I have no respawn points anyway. And then we just get the pandas on the boat away. I guess I could just place this down in the easiest place for it to make sense. There, okay. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, break that. And then put that there. And I'm going to put that just on the side there. It's not perfect, but it means that I don't have to think about it. But it still is handily where I need it to be. Then we'll grab another slab and put it there, just so the boat doesn't fall off the edge here. Oh, yeah, it's spicy. Check behind me. There's a polar bear. Okay. Chat, those polar bears, they are no joke. If they spawn with a baby child, they will knock me off the edge so easily. Ah, look how cute they are. It will knock me off the edge so easily. And so, I'm going to go knock him off the edge before he does it to me. Actually, I've got a ranged weapon now, right? Do I have my bow as well? I have 33 arrows. If there is a moment for the bow, this is probably it. So I'm going to... I think I need another slab here. That should definitely get... Okay, I'm going to go right to the edge. Oh, I don't love this. I don't love this at all. But we got them on, chat. And they're not going to fall off this time. And I'm going to just take them very gently, very carefully. That polar bear might decide to spawn a child or something. So we're just going to light it on fire now. Maybe we get some cooked salmon. Oh, he did have a child. Whoa. Okay, that could have gone disastrously for me. Thank God I killed him when I did. And even more fun, I think this is the first cooked salmon I'll have experienced in this world. Oh, it's cooked cod and salmon. Isn't that nice? Anyway, so speaking of being nice, let's get these guys home. Was ice always see-through? Yeah, ice is a transparent block, technically speaking. Also, oh yeah, Lamau, maybe let's not drink the 2-year-old expired beer. What do you mean? What? Why? 2024 isn't that expired. 2024 is not 2 years ago. You can't do this to me. I don't accept it. 2020. Wait, actually, it's the 31st of May, 2024. So it's 1 year and 3 months. 15 months expired. But chat, I've worked out the way that I get value from this beer is if I say, look, okay, look, I'm gonna make this into a money-making opportunity. Chat, pay me £1.35 and I'll drink this. I'll have a sip of this beer, and then if I enjoy that first sip, I'll go for more sips. You know, at £1.35 a sip, I would drink the worst thing imaginable all day. Which this is not far off. Again, I'm not a beer drinker. I think I've never understood the beer drinking mentality. Besides that, some people don't know what pain and pleasure are. Some people are like, yeah, pain and pleasure are just, you know, I just do what's in front of me. You know, I feel like there are genuinely some people who are like, yeah, I just like things. I'm just addicted to stuff. So, you know, when I go to the store and I see the pair of jeans that cost £50, I assume the pair of jeans that cost £50 are good, and so I buy them. If the store has £50 chinos in there, then I'll buy those instead. And if it's a jacket, then I guess I'm buying jackets today. I feel like there are a lot of people who are just like, yeah, I just do what's in front of me. But for me, I like doing things that are good, and I don't like doing things that are bad. I think there is a certain amount of pain you do have to invite into your life, or at least accept into your life. Yeah, also a lot of things taste better expired anyway, like cottage cheese. Anyway, I was told 2 years ago, my apologies, Evil Dasher misinformed me. I can't believe you do that, Dasher. I got this beer just over 2 years ago, which means that my friend must have got it short-dated, right? How long is a beer meant to be good? Drank some 4-year-old expired root beer and it didn't kill me, so... Yeah, exactly. Honestly, okay. So here's another... Can I go like, you know, it's too early to go this deep. But like, most of our societal icks that we assume are like good hygiene or good practice kind of aren't, right? Like, you know, I think like the most important things, societally speaking, are like, try to wash down surfaces if you're going to eat on them. Don't handle raw meat if you don't know where the raw meat came from, like if you buy it from a store or a butcher or whatever. Don't handle raw meat. And I don't know, like I think if you use the bathroom, there's a lot of germs in there's a lot of bacteria in there. Don't get that in your mouth, right? So wash your hands. I think like a lot of people will say like wash your hands 2 to 3 times a day. And it's like that just means wash your hands after you use the bathroom. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to stop you getting poop particles into your mouth. And like a lot of people like you know, believe really deeply, hey, for the fun of it. Wow, that's way more than £1.35. Look, this is a get-rich-quick stream now, chat. I have made €3 now, and so I'm just saying, you better believe I'm going to take those €3 right to the bank, and I'm going to then I'm going to take them out of the bank to buy me some Birra Moretti. So, chat, after 3 years of this being in my fridge and no one wanting it, thanks to Angela van Kampenhout, we'll finally give it an open. Just so you can all see it's the same bit. Can you see the date on there? I feel like you can. You can probably see the batch number or anything useful like that. I'm gonna just, oh god, what was that noise? It was my panda, right? Okay, there's no polar bears anywhere nearby. Thank god. Okay, so, Birra Moretti. Let's give it a sippy. Oh. Okay, so, even beer drink, this is what I don't get, right? The beer doesn't taste good. Objectively speaking, it tastes like hops. Nothing else in life is hops flavored. That's how you know it's bad. There's not hops flavored Starburst. There's not hops flavored pizzas. There's not hops flavored bread. I assume. I don't know enough about how hops relates to the other wheat grains you find. Yeah, I've got this beer and I'm gonna have a little sip of it. Honestly, oh man, something about beer like really reminds me of being like a 17-year-old at the pub. And being like, is this really what we have to do? Even like the very first time I was drinking, you know, as a teenager, you go through the classic experience of like, oh yeah, so you got a big bottle of beer, box of beers, and everyone knows their dad drinks beers, and so I guess you should drink some beers too. And I was just like, you know, you're a teenager, you wanna get crazy, you wanna feel those things that the media has taught you about. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I found one of my friends like brought in a bottle of something else, and I was like, oh, this is way better. It sucks just as much, but for way less time. Whereas this beer, it's actually pretty drinkable. It smells a lot more like hops than it tastes like. I've heard the reason. So the actual reason I think beer is popular, I've heard at least. I'm effectively doing hearsay right now, but even worse. I've heard the reason beer is so popular is because your taste buds die as you get older. So I think like a lot of things, you know, you start getting reduced ability in different parts of you, and your taste buds slowly start dying. But you're, oh no, how did they get under there? How did that possibly happen? Chat, I've screwed the pooch again. I don't like screwing the pooch. I don't want to screw the pooch, but the pooch has been screwed. I mean, this would be the first mob to go below Y200 to come back up, right? So that's something we can say. I'm going to place some ice here so I can jump it up. I'm going to try and do that again, maybe with some more slabs this time. Okay, so I'll place slabs there. Just make it impossible to get this wrong. So now we jump. Come on, fellas. Fellas, you can do better than this. I know you can. I've seen you do it. So up here, please. I'll have to jump on like this side. If you could please just jump this way. Okay, I think now the the slabs are getting in the way of the pandas doing their thing. So you have to break this block without hitting the panda. That is surprisingly hard to do. I guess it's the slabs. The boats are able to go under slabs, which is messing us up more than it should. So maybe we should make some blocks into not slabs. That might be an idea. That might be a good idea. Okay. So let's just put blocks down here. And then that should make it actually doable. Okay. Pandas, this time, there's no way you're going under. I don't accept that that's going to happen. Instead, no, you stupid, you idiots. How do you guys manage this? Okay, so we might have to make like a specific panda path. By the way, I still have an ocelot. I forgot about that ocelot, but I still have him. Just in case. Oh, come on, fellas. Come on, you're better than this. I know you're better than this. You can do better. I've seen you do better. So if you could do it for me, that would be great. The beer is making him do unspeakable things. Maybe. Yeah, that's a. Oh no, I'm trying to like positive my way through this chat. I'm trying to be like, yeah, it's good actually. I am wrong, and sometimes things that aren't good are good. But it's just fundamentally not true. There are just some things that are bad, and that we all have to accept are bad. And I think this 2-year-old beer is one of them. Pulling a bear harder than you'd think. Have you tried a barbecue? Have I tried a barbecue? Is there a joke about barbecue in there somewhere? Oh, by the way, Beth Voltaire. You've got a new username that has trans furry maker in there somewhere, which is fun. Do you make people into trans furries? That's quite the claim, I've got to say. Okay, I'm just gonna take these spruce planks. I'm gonna make a really simple staircase, one that literally can't go wrong. Oh no! No! Oh, I need to go to bed, chat. It's been so long since I've dealt with. Okay, this is really no bad. This is really bad. I have to shoot this guy perfectly. Go. Oh wow, he shot me after he was dead. Okay, you guys are gonna have to. I hate this. It's nighttime, and mobs can spawn and just shoot me off, shoot me below Y200. That could have been death because of these stupid little fellas. Just come up here. You can do it. Stop. Oh, you idiot. You're dumb. I hate you. Okay, so at least it makes this guy easier to. Oh, and it was my good panda too. Oh, I didn't hate the panda that died. I hate the panda that lived. Well, I guess we're going back on another journey over there. Yeah, I think that lead mechanics are one of the. I think there are so many Minecraft mechanics that are like, oh yes, what? It's quirky because it's strange. It's like no, not now, Minecraft. Just I wanna have this mob go from there to there. And I regret the way that I did it. By the way, did you see that? Did you see that, chat? That was probably just my imagination. So how do the pathogens taste? I'll let you think that I have that power. I'm guessing now the reforged bread. I'm now the reforged bread % world record holder. Congratulate. Oh, this is absolutely terrible. Drunk Cat goes through the stages of hatred, assault, and depression. Yeah, I've got to say, you know, I'm getting an urge to you know, beat my wife all of a sudden, watch some footy, you know, say some things that aren't that appropriate, but like, you know, we're all thinking it anyway, though, mate. You know, you know, beer jokes aside, I do think there's something interesting about how like beer has had popularity throughout the ages, like, because I think that there's a lot of things that just aren't objectively very good that still spread super well. I think another example would be Coke. I think like you know, Coca-Cola. Bamboo to follow you. Just hold the bamboo and get it to follow you. Yeah, honestly, that probably would have been the smarter move at the point that happened. Yeah, I think that's probably the smarter move in general, actually. Oh look, we got some friends. That guy has a stick for me. That guy has a spruce sapling. I do in fact need those things. So yeah, I have to do these chopping of the trees every now and then anyway. So we're getting this done now, just so that when we go back out, you know, we've got the spruce that we need to get boats and everything. Kat, will you play Minecraft Wii U again? Oh, my Wii U is not happy with me. My Wii U is not happy. You don't need alcohol to talk about whatever comes to your mind. Very true, Dasher. Very true. They just revamped the leads too. Oh yeah, I don't understand. Why can't I lead a panda directly anyway? Like, what is the logic behind that? Why can't you lead a villager? If they know you're gonna put them in a boat and lead them there anyway, there's no like gameplay reason you can't do it. There's like a I think there's like something sitting back down there. So yeah, I think that yeah, my Wii U is not happy with me is the answer. White Lime's official. I'm sorry to say. I like the idea of playing Minecraft Switch every now and then. I've seen a lot of people get nostalgic for it recently, which is fun. And so I think like I did test it for the Switch too, and it is like actually running pretty well. But yeah. Also, I missed one episode. Now there are pandas, and Toycat finished the bamboo from Sky Height. I have in fact got bamboo from Sky Height. I don't know if yeah, I did fish it. I was like, I don't think I got it by fishing though. I got some of it by fishing, but you don't want to know how I got the rest of it. Let's just say chat gave me some pretty good advice on a gameplay level, but some pretty horrific advice on a human being level. Okay, so now we've chopped down that wood. We're going to chop down our ice pit, because it just has to be regularly trimmed, right? And then we'll go... I think picking up the panda via a bamboo lead does make sense. But then we're going to need a place to store the panda. Pandas don't need any grass, thankfully. So we just put down some slabs, oak slabs, and then we could store them next to the sheep even. Or even I could store them in the middle of my ice farm. Actually, can I? Is there a good reason I shouldn't? If I like put some yeah, I think it's actually a really dumb but smart idea to keep them in the middle here. What do you think, chat? In the middle of my ice farm, have some pandas? Keep them nice and cold? Is that a form of torture? I'd love to know. It's the moral reason probably. Mojang would probably never intentionally promote slavery. Oh, I mean, yeah, it is kind of interesting that like Minecraft is the game where they're like, well, we want to encourage players to make really nice decisions. So we don't put animals like sharks in the game, because players might be mean to sharks and not realize they're meant to be nice in real life. Meanwhile, players in the game are like, yes, I like to put my villagers in the death camp, where they must work all day, every day, so that they can produce maximal returns for me. You know, it's, I think there's a surprising amount of beauty in Minecraft, but I also think a lot of that beauty is probably not making Mojang happy. So, yeah, that's plenty of ice. 3 stacks every time we mine even half of it. Definitely means we can make a blue ice train somewhere for something later. But it's just nice to get these tasks done. Feel like I'm moving the world forward. Because I'm about to have to go all the way back to come all the way here. And that is a little frustrating. So, actually what I should do, because I'm currently getting mob spawning on my pathway, every so often I should put some blue ice on the path, just to make sure that a polar bear doesn't spawn and wreck me. That's actually... If I take all of this ice that I've got here and turn it into packed ice, I get 22 packed ice. Oh, that means if I turn all of that into blue ice, I end up with 2 blue ice. Oh, yeah, it's depressing. I don't want to do that. Let's think about that later, shall we? For now, let's make some boats. Love me some boats. Everyone loves them some boats, I think. Just put these things on the ground. Sell the man his boats. He loves boats. And I love money. And then we do it again. You know, arguably, you know, we treat this as like it's a villager labor camp, like sweatshop or whatever. Really, this is a me sweatshop. I make the boats and the villager gives me the money. You know, I'm the one working 9 to 5. You know, making that guy rich. He clearly has a need for these, right? Pandas don't like the coal. They guilt-tripped me for having an iron farm that one time. You know, maybe as they should do. Maybe as they should do. Okay, so I'm just gonna... Weird miscellaneous items going here. I don't think I need these right now. So right in there they go. I think saplings go in here, though. Oh, unless I have a... Do I have a place for saplings? No, they go just in here. But we'll move that out. I don't really need black dye. But I need rotten flesh even less. There we go. Move it in. Look at this, chat. Chest organization. Some people say my inventory organization is as bad as my fridge organization. But I say, look how great I just did. I am going to make myself a bunch more boats now. I kind of like the idea of just having the boats in the chest. Then moving them from the chest every time I need to. That actually does seem quite smart. So, yeah, it's technically paid labor, but he can't do anything with the money, so it's a little unfortunate. Oh, yeah, now we're getting into, like, company script, right? The, paying employees in a currency that they can't utilize, except in ways that make you richer. There's a little bit of a right struggle in that, you could say. But, you know, it kind of comes down to, I think most things in life at some point come down to how paternalistic you think we should be as a society. How much of life is your decision to make, you know, your mistakes to make, your cool, etc. Versus how much of life is like, yeah, if you mess up, actually everyone gets messed up. I couldn't go to McDonald's earlier, chat, because there'd been a few murders, right? You know, just a few murders. It's a few people stabby. So they blocked off the McDonald's, and you know, it was interesting because at that moment I realized, oh yeah, even if you are like, you know, and I kind of do take a pretty lax attitude of like, I don't think people should murder each other, but if you create environments where murder becomes more likely, you are inherently not just inconveniencing the people that murder each other, but also you're inconveniencing people that want McDonald's. You know, some innocent people I've heard, you know, trying to go to McDonald's, go for a little thing, and it's as dumb as it sounds to say, like, oh yeah, the moment I realized knife crime was a problem was when I couldn't get my, you know, my Big Mac going. I watched a video today, chat. It was actually a short form video, if you'll believe it. I watched this short, and in the short, the woman was like, oh yeah, I saw that, if you don't know Air Canada, like the national airline of Canada, or I think it's the flag carrier, but it's one of 2 national airlines in Canada. National airline of Eastern Canada. But Air Canada, their employees, their flight attendants, I want to say, are on strike right now. It's like they've literally just, because their strikes are like guaranteed by the government or something like that, the whole airline is just shut down until the strike comes off. It's a very powerful negotiating position. But this woman was just like going past some strikers. She's like, oh yeah, I actually support the strikers because I know how hard, you know, being a flight attendant is on your body. And I know that because I actually wanted to be a flight attendant, so I studied it a lot. And it was really interesting to hear because, you know, like, it's that classic, might have to start donating to the knife crime guys. Yeah, I know, right? Everyone... I used to think, like, nah, mate, I love knife crime. That's literally what I say so that they leave me alone. It's frustrating when people work out, like, you know, when people say something you wouldn't say the opposite of, and it's like, nah, it's not making a bold claim if there are 0 people who think the opposite way. You're just saying something everyone agrees with. Like, does anyone hate, you know, like, eating food? Isn't it just the worst? No, food's delicious. I mean, there are probably more people who dislike eating food than dislike knife crime. But, yeah, so we need to now get this panda into a safe spot. If I have fences on me, I would use those, but I don't. And so, how about I just put them in the pen over here? And then we'll breed a bunch of pandas and also put them in the pen over here. And that can be good enough for now. I don't have enough fences, so I'll just... And because pandas are quite a, you know, a rolly mob, I do have to be careful about this. But, yeah, we just put them in here. We'll use this as the back wall. Come on, come on, you can make the climb. I know you can. So we'll remove these blocks here. And we'll pick this one up. We'll just put him in the corner, fence him off by himself. Okay, I don't think he can fall through that gap, but I would hope I'm not wrong. There we go. Perfect, chat. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what you're seeing here. That was a good idea, Polly. Appreciate it. Crazy how you only feel the weight of inconveniences when the weight of murders when they cause you a mild inconvenience. But I make my joke about that, right? But actually, despite the fact that it sounds a lot like I'm joking. Actually, also I just watched Minecraft Monthly, but YouTube recommended me the top comment of the video, which spelled the update name, which I won't say to anyone who hasn't watched it yet. I don't think there's such a thing as spoiling update names. That's my crazy take. I do actually, I take consideration in my videos for like, okay, what is a spoiler? And I think leaks are one that are like, if it's a really serious leak, like literally here is the play-by-play of what's going to happen, I think a lot of people enjoy seeing it play out. Whereas when it's a really cryptic leak, it's like fun. And so I'm a bit more willing to like share what that cryptic is, because the cryptic isn't going to help you just by itself. Okay, put the one emerald away. Future me can come back and deal with that. Okay, so now I'm just going to... I guess I should go to bed. There's no reason for me to be out at night if I can avoid it. Also, thank you for the euro, White Slim second account. €1 isn't a pound 30. Oh, this is such a bad bit. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll just like it. If I really convince myself it's tasty, maybe I'll just enjoy drinking it. You know, who's to say? Also, my phone just buzzed, and I make sure it's something not important. Oh, it is something not important. Yeah, I don't like the update name much, actually. Penguins and crabs, penguins and crabs. Okay, staying on one topic. Yeah, I think that, like, the reason I hate the Stop Knife Crime guys is because no one runs around being like, I love knife crime. You know, like, I was, when I was posting, I kind of felt myself like, you know, one of the problems that is kind of inherent with being a YouTuber is you don't want to ever say, yeah, this isn't a good video, don't watch this one. Skip to the next one, actually. And I was like, you know, at some point, you know, if you're uploading every day, or if you're uploading multiple times a week, at some point you have to say, these are my biggest, best videos, and therefore, the other ones are not. And I was like, you know, to do my bit, to make this actually truthful, I need to say, you know, this stream that I'm doing right here, actually, probably not worth. If you've watched the whole series, go for it. But otherwise, it's part 17. You're going to be confused. There's going to be a lot of non-Minecraft coming up. The mechanics of the challenge have been pretty well established. We've dealt with most of the challenges already. I've got sheep in different colors. I've got ice. I've got wood. I've got a source of emeralds. And you know, I therefore have to just start spending those emeralds on fun things. Like this guy will eventually give me a diamond axe if I can just buy enough iron swords from him. Man, I have to buy so many iron swords from him. But, you know, like I've got my stuff worked out here. I think I've got a second armor smith I want to trade with, right? This is a toolsmith, who I do separately want to trade with, but I want to... It's my... Do I have a second armor smith, or did I imagine having a second armor smith? I guess I did imagine having the second armor smith. But, oh no, I've got the table, I just don't have the villager. So, like, I've got the things set up, and it's mostly about grinding towards those things now. That is a lot of what we do here, is we work towards these bigger targets, which is important. Also, Noah, you can customize your own Smurf in the Smurf movie collab. See, there's an interesting example of the exact same thing I'm talking about. Like, you know what, Mojang? If you would never upload a thing being like, actually, this collab, we kind of phoned it in. We weren't that big of a... Also, where'd I get that yellow carpet from? Where? Where did I... Oh, it's probably, like, the place where the thing is. The panda is. Unless they're willing to say, yeah, actually, not our favorite collab, but if you really like Transformers, buy this one. Unless they're willing to say that, then, like, every other... You know, like, then that could be true for any one of their things. And that's kind of messy, right? Because in the world of artistic freedom and expression, no one wants to admit that anything is worse or fundamentally better than anything else, because that's like that whole concept by itself starts to break things a bit. Hey, I'm gonna go out in my jungle boat. It's a jungle boat because it is. And so yeah, I think it's one of the shames of marketing, I guess. And I think it's like one of the things that, like, in our day-to-day life, in like, I think honesty, I think in when you meet people, it's something I'm always a big believer in. Is like, yeah, everyone knows your strengths. Your strengths are gonna come up naturally. But if you're like serious about knowing someone for a while, front load one of your big weaknesses. You know, say like, oh yeah, sometimes I like to just start a fight. You know, I feel like that's what the only way I can feel passion is when we're having a little bit of a heated debate. You know, and you ever think about that? Like, some people actively do crave a bit of, like, yeah, I want to... Okay, so something about here in particular, chat, the pandas are always spawning. I don't know why we've had to kill them at this particular spot. But so this is the place that is most worth investing in blue ice. No, blue ice would be light level. Like, slabs? I don't know what the solution is. I do know we need a solution. It's like I don't know. You know, it's like knife crime. Everyone agrees we need a solution to knife crime, but you know, what are we gonna do? We're gonna take away all the knives? Am I not gonna be allowed to chop my stuff? Also, yeah, I'm now gonna break this, and I'm gonna put this one that way. There we go. We're good. So yeah, I can now feel good about throwing this away. By the way, thank you, Jira. It didn't show up on the screen, but I appreciate the tip. Now we just run this way. It feels nerve-wracking to do it, but someone has to do it, and that someone is me. So let's sprint it. Oh yeah, I don't... It's a shame you can't sprint crouch. I'm just saying, Mojang, if you're watching, a good sprint crouch would be really, really handy. I think $3 is better than getting a customizable Smurf. Also, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think this is worth watching? Oh, yeah, I think, okay, so what I think if I'm actually, I think if everyone could be, I think if you could I think the shame in the YouTube title thumbnail system is what works way better than accurate descriptions is when you grab someone's attention. I've been complaining forever that titles don't actually mean anything. Like, this is SkyGloo, episode 17. I am trying to solve, but you have to simplify that down to something really short. Even the fact that it's called SkyGloo, why does it need a name? This is my series where I'm trying to survive the Y200. Like, everything could be spelled out really well, but people like a little bit of mysticism. Mysticism isn't the right word, but people like a little bit of a mystery. And so, you know, like, I feel like that makes the end thing suffer. Because, you know, what is this video best for? A lot of people are subscribed to my channel solely because they want to learn about Minecraft news. This one's probably not for you. If you like Minecraft challenges and you want to see it in real time, also for you. But if you don't, if that's not you, then maybe not for you either. But if you don't care, you know, I think there's a lot of people who subscribe to the channel because they like to hear, they like to have like a nice long chat session, you know, where we get a little bit real on some stuff, where we, you know, where I can talk about catering your friends at a party poorly, and so I feel like there's a dedicated number of viewers, probably like, you know, in the very, very low 3 digits, maybe the high 2 digits, for whom, like, yeah, that's perfect. Every video, I want to see that. Maybe it's even high 3 digits, if I could flatter myself. But, yeah. By the way, we're about to hit another subscriber milestone. I think 1.94 million. You know, I've got 1.94 million people who love to hear all of my opinions all the time. right? That sounds crazy. But also to say that all 1.94 million people subscribe because they want to see news or they want to see this is wrong. Donate to Toy Cat so we can get better at rat defense. I mean, at the £1.30 for a sip of beer rate, I think the more money I get, the worse I'll get at defending myself from rats. You know, I think that my crazy take is, you know how, like, if you go to the store, you buy alcohol in a bottle. If you go to a bar, you buy it in a glass. I think there should be places where you can buy drinks by the sip. Like, really, really fancy restaurants. If you've ever looked at, like, a free Michelin... Honestly, if you look at any Michelin star place, but particularly as you get, like, the higher numbers, what they actually do is they're like, yes, we give you 10 courses. Not free courses, not starter, main, dessert. 10 courses. They're all the size of a bite, and they're all designed to be experiences. I want to buy a sip. I want to drink 10 different beers, 1 sip each. I think flights of beers exist, but I want to try 10 different drinks that aren't beer, because I don't like beer, as I previously mentioned. One of my earliest YouTube videos, chat, is a video of me saying I don't like beer. It's if you want to know the deep cut. By the way, hey Toy Cat, what's the furthest out you've ever bridged into SkyGloo? I think the mountains about 5,000 blocks away are still the furthest I've gone out. Oh God! Thank God. Okay, chat. I changed the batteries on my controller last night, thinking like every time I'm about to do a SkyGloo. Oh, it might be Tuesday night. Every time I do a SkyGloo episode, I can't afford the batteries dying because sometimes they die and it does the spin and it kills me. Ah. I'm like very aware of the fact that that could have happened there. Terrible, terrible. You want whiskey tasting events? Yeah, but that's not a fun sip, right? I want like, have you ever been to the Coke Museum? I really enjoyed the Coke Museum. I went during COVID. Do not recommend that. I am still traumatized. I feel like the word traumatized is used a lot, but like it's something I think about. Like, I think, generally speaking, most people don't like being yelled at. But I think being yelled at for something that, like, makes sense, you can at least be like, oh yeah, if the police officer yells at me to stop resisting, that means that I should stop resisting, and or consult a good lawyer very quickly. You know, like, there's a, you know, like, some commands do need to be yelled. If it's time urgent, like, to the split second. But I went to the Coke Museum, chat, and they gave out a bunch of, they give you a can of free Coke to enjoy while you're in the museum. And I went to take a sip from, I think it was even free cans actually. I went to take a sip and they're like, no, no, whoa, what are you doing? Like, screamed at me from the other side of the room. And I was like, Coke half in my mouth. They're like, what are you doing? Drinking the Coke in the Coke Museum. Not in here. It was a giant room, chat, like the size of a banquet hall or something. And it was just me and one other person in there. Yeah, I still to this day, I want to know, like, it's one of those many cases of like, oh yeah, what got into us? How did we get so crazy, huh? And the answer is, yeah, actually, you know, let's not talk about what the answer is. Did you not take my battery recommendation? Do you not trust me? I had a battery thing like it that I didn't love. I have definitely gone to the point though where I'm like, you know what? I like things that are just vaguely working. Also, I can't believe it. Dasher hates Toy Cat videos. Unfortunately, I stopped watching every single Toy Cat video. I'm not a new player, and the videos targeted towards them gave me nothing. Nothing personal. Still love the streams. Hey, thank you, Dasher. Yeah, that's a really interesting line as a YouTuber. Some YouTubers are permanently targeted at their new audiences exclusively. I think this is particularly true with, you know, child-focused videos. Some videos are specifically always targeted at new audiences, and some videos are specifically only targeted at existing audiences. If you go down the second train, you get a much nicer experience as a creator. I like that we have people here who, like, might remember that story from the last time I've told it. Coke Museum in Vegas, get tasting from around the world. Some weird stuff in there. Oh yeah, I've done that one too, actually, Gary S. Parker. I remember it's weird because the Coke owns Costa, the brand of British coffee. So one of the drinks in there was that, if I'm not mistaken. Coke owns everything. Coke owns... I think Coca-Cola's ownership of brands is something that really, like, convinced me that we love brands more than we understand brands. But the thing that really like pieces it together is like everyone hates Facebook. Everyone thinks what Mark Zuckerberg's doing is not okay. But everyone has Instagram, and of the few people who like abstain from those two, everyone's got WhatsApp. Everyone is on a Meta product. Also, I feel sick and awful. I've been watching a lot of your VODs. It's weird to see you live. I am in fact alive. I am 181 days of hardcore. It's closer to 18,000 days in the real world. Wait, is it? Wait, 10,000 days would be when you're about 30, right? How many days old am I? How many days ago was 1995? Oh, I turned 10,000 days last year and I didn't even notice. Chat, terrible. Coca-Cola doesn't own Pepsi, though. Yeah, but I think, so a lot of people think like, oh yeah, there's loads of competition in the beverage space. There's Coke, there's Pepsi. There's even Virgin Cola or RC Cola or whatever else. Also, this is the perfect time to be raining. Has to be said. But even though people think there's a bunch of competition, should I just breed my pandas over here? If it's raining anywhere and I need to not get out of here, I think that is a good idea. I'm just going to start breeding pandas like crazy in my little bamboo biome I've got going on. So Kat, can I trust your thumbnail and title for the video? I'm watching the stream, so I don't have time to watch the video, but it's about time for 1.13 to release. It's been so long since 1.12. I have got a lot of comments saying something like that. It is kind of goofy, eh? It is kind of goofy. So, yeah, right now I've got 2 pandas locked in this weird little thing, but they're not really breeding that much, which is a problem. Oh, probably because... No, it doesn't even make sense that they're not breeding. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise them up permanently by 1 block. Assuming I can do that. Oh god, I can't see anything. I can see the panda's legs, chat, but nothing else. So let's just get in here. I could punch them maybe, but I don't love that idea. So we'll break this block. And then we'll put another one of these over here. And then we'll raise these pandas up 1 block at a time. And then that should do it. Okay, so now we'll just breed the pandas. Hopefully they love each other even without being able to see that. And we'll just go fishing while we wait. I shouldn't need to do anything else. But if I did, this place is torched up. Yeah, nothing bad should happen around here. And yeah, the plan is to eventually have us 2 snotty pandas and to breed them over and over again and see what that creates for me. But yeah, if we just keep loads of pandas in there, then some of those pandas will sneeze and some of those snotty pandas will give me some good stuff. But yeah, they're not actually breeding because they're too far away from the bamboo, chat. So what I need to do is I need to lure them up here, which means we need to actually place another block there and there. Okay, actually, do I have enough fences? I can make more fences. Let's make more fences, and let's do this correctly, chat. I try to do things in the laziest minimum way possible, but we have to go higher effort today. And so be it, I guess. Okay, so let's remove these fences, but then place slabs over here as we do it. Then we place fences over here. We'll bamboo the pandas over. We probably need a fence gate in here somewhere, but I'll sort that out as we sort it out. Okay, pandas, over here. Over here. I choose to believe that you do understand how to get up here. You too. Okay, so panda, do your stuff. I think this guy is just not very intelligent, maybe. Is that his problem? Anyway, now if we do that, they can actually breed in here, and they're going to keep producing pandas. And as long as I get out each time, and as long as I make sure that the babies can sneeze in one place, and as long as I breed them frequently, we'll be good. That was a lot of as long as hey, look! So yeah, the sneezes have like a tiny chance of giving you a slime ball, so we need a lot of those sneezes to occur. But that can totally happen. If we keep them all in one place, when they do occur, I'll get the benefit too. In the meantime, let's chop down some bamboo. Gonna need some more of it, so I might as well stay ahead of the game. And then because it's raining, I watched Cat's Ultimate Fishing Guide, and so I know that it's good. Yeah, but I kind of do have a lot of my channel geared towards people who already play Minecraft and have been playing probably since like a long time ago. And so there is a bit of a struggle with the content of like, I think that one of the most useful ways to bring in new viewers is guides. So I've been trying to make the guides fun enough that you'll want... I've been trying to make sure I include in every video something that, even if you're an existing player, you probably didn't know. Basically, I try to research until I find things that, like, I didn't know before, you know, researching. And then I try to find even vaguer facts than that. And I actually kind of like where we've... I like the spot we've hit at that. It hasn't worked, but I think that, again, it's one of those, like... It's a hard thing to prove. It's one of those things you can only find out by doing. If enough people give it a shot, then they will see. And until they do... So I'm just gonna... Just to make this all feel a little bit safer, put some blocks there. Might come in useful one day. So then we leave a slot free so that we can get some... we leave that slot free for now. And... Oh, no, come on. And if we leave that slot free, then I'll be able to pick up slime balls if one happens to drop. Okay. For now, though, we just wait till a lot of pandas grow up. And we're going to be breeding them right here. So, sneeze you. Remove the fence between the pandas and the bamboo. Do you think that makes a difference? I guess, yeah, there's no reason not to. I'd get more blocks if I did. So let's remove this fence. Or let's place the slab first, actually. Then remove the fence. Then fence remove. Slab down. Oh, he's down on the slab. Don't be on the slab. Okay. There we go. Then we'll place another fence over here. Although actually that's going to encourage them to like go up onto it, but that's fine. More fences there. And now the pandas should be able to breed. Again, they're at the same level as the bamboo, and then we'll also remove these. And place our blocks over. And now it's a slightly bigger area, so there's a small chance that I would miss something. But it's a chance I'm going to have to take. And then we take one of these blocks away. Oh god, that's scary. We place our fence there. And now I can jump out. But hopefully they're too stupid to. Yeah, chat, they're not very intelligent creatures. I want to believe that they are, but they're giving me every indication that they are not. So let's now break one of these blocks. Replace it with something or other. And then let's get in here. And let's remove one of these fences to replace it with this. I guess this one makes the most sense. Okay, so that is going to be one of these. Come on, fella. You block in the way. And then we put a bamboo on top. And that should help with their statistics. Honestly, yeah, I think pandas are just a stupid mob. I think breeding them is just a task doomed for failure. Because they don't even like walk over to each other. Also, they're definitely using this. Hey, we get a snotty child. So as long as he doesn't roll off the edge here, which I'll concede is a real possibility of what's about to happen. And so we need to actually keep them closer in here, because otherwise things go badly. They can jump up here and then jump over the fence, which means we need to make the fence higher. There we go. That's basically problem solved. Okay, and now we just let the children continuously grow up in there. I'm going to force feed this sneezy guy till he becomes an adult. Oh, can you not do that? Oh, you can. Okay, we're great. So if we make sure he becomes an adult, then we can now sneeze 2 big pandas, and then we can kill the mother here. And then we've just got 2 good pandas that are able to breed. Sorry for this. Not your problem. Actually, I probably should have... Nah, it's fine. Back to fishing. I want to get that 20% fishing boost, chat. The babies are going to roll through the bamboo and then commit suicide. Yeah, they totally are, Gary Parker. I don't like that they are, but I really think that you're correct there. It's amazing pandas still exist, really, because they're so terrible at it. Totally agree, Beth Altair. Oh, that was weird. So, I guess, how do you stop the... Like, do you place fences... How do I stop them from doing this, chat? Without, like... Yeah, I literally don't understand panda mechanics, how you're meant to farm them correctly, because I've always cheesed it. I've always, like, done the bare minimum. And now I'm learning that the bare minimum is not correct for what we're trying to do here. So, you, I don't mind if you live or die. But you fellas, you're going to breed again. And they're going to keep on breeding over and over and over again until things are good. Okay, give me a snotty child. Give me a child that's maybe going to have a slime ball come out. Definitely my favorite panda feature is them gleefully... What is wrong with them, chat? Literally, like, does anyone understand what... Like, is it this? Why do they be like this? I genuinely do not understand. What do we have to do that I am not doing here? Yeah, like, they're surrounded by bamboo. There's tons of it around. But they're just not breeding. They have the hearts. Every other mob would be producing a little offspring at this time. Which means it has to be a panda-related feature. It has to be bamboo-related. Suicide Panda, great band name. Yeah, I put fences around the outside of the bamboo. But then if around the outside of the bamboo? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. That'll stop them getting out, but it won't stop my issue right now. They're not breeding at all. Which isn't an issue with escapism rates. We can do it. It just won't be very handy. Like, a bunch of fences there seems useful, but it's not solving our actual problem. What is the actual problem? There's loads of bamboo around them. Maybe there needs to be a certain number. Maybe they don't breed at night. That's the opposite of everyone else. Yeah, you know, something interesting, chat. Yeah, I do not know what's wrong with them. I could try breeding these guys just to see if it works, but they're not. You know, we'll leave them be. I do think, you know, kind of related to that, chat. Isn't it weird that there are some activity, like drinking a beer in the morning is seen as like a heathen thing, whereas drinking a beer at night is a very standard thing. But there are so many similar examples. I feel like video games when you first wake up, outside of when you're a child, it feels a bit more forbidden, right? Whereas video games close to bed, yeah. Like, it's kind of, there's like a natural human instinct in us that's like, work when wake up, and then enjoy yourself just before bed. And I've never like quite gotten it. I'm such a time of day means nothing believer. I always hate people who are like, yeah, you know, you gotta wake up at 7. You gotta wake up at 10. You know, like time is just an illusion, right? Time is just the made up hours in the day. The only way that it has any bearing on your life is either how other people live their lives or how the sun goes around the world. But we sometimes act like it's the most important thing. You know, so if you're scheduling with friends, it's really important you all agree on a time to meet. Totally get that. Or if you are going to the bank, it's really important you get there before they close. But like, otherwise, if it's 5 p.m., the only difference that makes to you... Oh, it stopped raining. That means I should go to sleep. Pandas only produce every 20 years, Iro. Yeah, it's one of those species where I really agree with Beth. It's like, how did they even get to the point they got to? Time is an illusion. Toycat, who always streams in the evenings. Do you know why I always stream in the evenings, though? So I think, interestingly, it's kind of that same thing of, like, because this is, like, a fun thing to me, and I need to do, like, my worky tasks earlier in the day so that I can do this is, like, a big part of it. Okay, so let's breed him again. You fellas can do this. I believe in you. Oh! So maybe it is that they don't breed at night. As silly as that is, it's the closest thing we have to evidence right now. Do they really not? My alarm goes off at 4:55 a.m. and my purpose is to start my Roblox Royale high grind when I get ready to go to college. I don't even know if that's serious. But I think I've done like similar like weird tasks. Like I got really into farming in RuneScape like a year ago. Because it's like a really good AFK task. I like AFK games. And so it'd be like, okay, log in the morning at 7 a.m., then log in again at 5 p.m., then log in at 1 p.m. before bed. Or I think it'd be 11 p.m. But I think it's 3 and then 11. But I think there's something kind of cool about like clockwork activities. I think millions of people with 9 to 5 jobs would digress. Yeah, the real reason though that it's a happy coincidence that I think that streaming is like a kind of entertainment for me. But actually, most people who do something that is work on any level, it's really important they do it like in that, you know, like when you wake up until you're done doing it. Like that's how most people tend to do it. Which is handy because you know, for streaming to make sense as in any business level, you need to be here when people are done with their, you know, like if you're busy in college or you're busy at your 9 to 5, then you can't watch the streams, right? But yeah, even then, I mean, like, because of time zones, it's always going to be the wrong time for someone. I selfishly want Toycat to wake up early so he finishes work early, so he streams earlier, so I can sleep. Dasher, I hope you enjoyed that this stream was at its regular time, about 7 p.m. I have this, like, real crisis of, like, I can't stream till I finish the work, and I feel like right now, especially, chat, if you want me to, like, get real with you, it's like a particularly, I think after, like, years and years of growth as a platform, YouTube has had, like, a big shift in, like, where people watch, how people watch, what they watch. I think gaming as a category used to be, like, one of the most explosive parts of YouTube. Now it's not. But I think there's this, so I think as a result, like, oh yeah, things are like, you know, like generally like harder for YouTubers or whatever. But I think one of the, can I move this in here maybe? No. Oh, also let's breed the pandas again. See if we get another snotty baby. If we do, then we'll grow it up. Also, I think that just happened right now. Okay, snotty child. Oh yeah, 2 snotty childs, right? Nope, 1 snotty child. Not worth growing him up then. Oh, this guy's an adult. But yeah, chat, I think it's really, like, tough in lots of ways. And what's really rough about YouTube is, I think everyone who works an office job has this jealousy of people who work, like, if you worked on a farm and your job was to build a fence, when the fence is built, your job is done, and you've done a great job if that fence is there. Whereas so much of, like, digital tasks are like, well, how good did you do? And there's, like, so there's a layer of derivative of, like, how good can you define a piece of content, a thumbnail, a title, a hook, you know, how well can you define each of these videos is an interesting question in its own right, and the answer is, like, you know, there's no objective measure. But then it gets even more interesting when you get to the level of, like, oh yeah, and how good the piece of content is not the relevant question. The relevant question is, how good is it for this moment in time? And, you know, for searchability, you know, how good does an algorithm like your content? Effectively is one of the big questions. And I've got to say, like, some days that, like, gets to me. I'll be there and I'll be, like, grinding away, struggling, pulling it all together. You know, like, you know, it's pouring so many hours of a day into something. Being really happy with it, then be like, oh, I should have done less hours and something more important, maybe. And it's an eternal struggle. So, Cat, the pandas have no room to move around in that chunky pen. If you made it bigger, it would work better. It's possible that the opposite is true. So let's breed you and you. Oh, I do have 2 snotty babies now. Okay, so you need to stop looking at me and start looking at each other. So we're going to grow these guys up, chat. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm going to try my best at least. Okay, so the pandas are such a big mob, by the way. Such a ludicrously big mob. Okay, you need to grow up as well. Okay, now we breed these guys. And hopefully that now means we get more babies. More babies means more chances for slime balls. Look at that, another snotty baby. Perfect. And now, every minute, we're getting 2 sets of babies, 2 sets of potential sneezes, etc., etc., etc. By the end of today, I'm getting my slime balls, chat. Because I need not just 1 slime ball, but a whole pile of them. Which is why it's probably best to keep this near home, but different point, different time. Love. Yeah, CPS is going to come with parents with lack of space. You're going to need a bigger pen. Also, thank you, Dasher. I appreciate the appreciation. There's like a real... It's like, it's one of those things that's like a bit hard to share too, because so much of, I think, entertaining Well, not even entertaining, but so much of, like... Yeah, I'll call it entertaining. Like, so much of, like... what? So they're definitely all... So that's everyone sneezing in response to a sneeze, right? Are there any slime balls in here? No, there are not. But we're getting those chances of slime balls, that's for sure. Okay. Give them all a breed. See what that creates. More pandas, more sneezes, more craziness. Sounds good. Anyway, oh, it's so funny watching everyone jump, because they're going to jump more and more and more as it goes on, aren't they? So yeah, the pandas that need to breed aren't able to get to each other. That will become an issue eventually. But for now, it's fine. At this point, you won't be able to see a slime ball if one drops. Yeah, I just have to make sure I go in there every 3 to 4 minutes to pick up a slime ball if one does spawn. That is my solution. It's not about suffocating, it's about quality of life for everybody. Oh, are you talking about for the pandas? I feel like I do... Like, you want either really tight or really big. I think medium would be a bad size. So I think really tight's good, because it means that things get a bit tricky, but then all the slime balls are going to be in one place. So it's easier for me not to miss them. Or it's easier for me to find them, even if I would have otherwise missed them. Okay, so now all the pandas are starting to get on the walls here. Which is not ideal, really. But they are breeding still. We're getting lots of pandas out there into the wild, which is good. We jump down every now and then. We're looking for a slime ball, chat. There's so many sneezes. But yeah, in the meantime, I think that means I'm definitely going to start killing adults now. If it's an adult of a non-useful type, then we just do it. And yeah, now we start sneezing. Well, now we get the sneezing rolling. Now we just give it a little look. Just a little peek every now and then. See if it's going places. I like you a lot as a person, and coming back to streams is always a blast. It's heartbreaking to see you struggle, but I don't know what can be done. Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, that's why I was mentioning this. Like, I think it's like a bit of a... I think I've seen a lot of places... I've watched a lot of YouTube in my day, right? And a lot of YouTubers I've seen go down the path of, like, once it starts to absorb you, I think one of the reasons why there's, like, a bit of a stereotype of, like, the struggling artist actually comes from a rich family with a bunch of support and whatever else. You know, like, have you ever seen how much an artist studio costs? It's... then they're not cheap, let me tell you. But I think the reason it's a stereotype is because actually stress is something that makes you produce less quality. That's true if you're at a meat factory. That's true if you're at the airport. It's true anywhere. That stress is generally like an inefficient byproduct. But I think especially when it comes to like being good to be around, it's something not to struggle about. But I think that's I think on the YouTube game it's like the advice I feel like there's like just basic things of like, here is what I need to do, and when I do it, it goes well. But then sometimes it doesn't feel like you need to all of the time. I hate everyone here parasocially, and it's heartwarming to see everyone struggle. There is actually something nice about seeing it. You know, I think there's a whole category. I get recommended shorts by this guy. He lives a really sad life, and he records it with his sunglasses. And people love it, because they're like, that is exactly me, man. I have not interacted with anyone who wasn't a service employee or my family in years either. I was like, I guess there's a market for that. But that's the danger. That's why I think as a creator, if you start to feed that market instead, then if you get a bunch of people coming here because they're like, I like Toy Cat's, like long-term survival views, then that encourages me to play long-term survival. If people are like, man, this Toy Cat guy really struggles with making YouTube work, then the moment that like that becomes so successful that it works, it becomes a non-self-fulfilling loop, which is bad. You want your loops to continue to fulfill themselves. So I accidentally fed him rather than doing good things, but that's fine. I do think we have to kill the pandas when they become adults, if they're not sneezy panda adults, chat, because they're not going to be good for breeding otherwise. So I think as much as it feels rude, I think we just have to do it. I'm sorry, friend. There's just too much of you. But it's a good way to get bamboo, I guess, if it makes me feel better. Is it clever to set up a 1-minute timer now? Yeah, I think there's a good argument for doing that. Like, it would allow me to fish more efficiently. Or, I think that there's a definitely an efficiency case for it. I'm not that stressed about it, but I could see like having a minute metronome that I hit a button for would be good. Should we set one up? Yeah, you know, actually, let's do it. I've got a timer. Let's go to sleep. Let's set up that timer. And then just every time it hits a minute, we'll know it's time to breed. I don't have my timer visible right now, so I'll set it to be visible so you can see what I'm working with. Go. Okay. So, let's breed the pandas. And then like 5 seconds past the minute, that's when we'll come back to do it again. Although actually, a minute timer isn't going to be smart because it's a minute from when they've last bred, and these two guys aren't going to breed until... Oh, this guy needs to get down so he can breed. Also, how did that guy get up? Oh, he just became big? No, he just decided to climb up. That's cool, I guess. So yeah, actually the timer isn't that useful. But now we come back at a minute and 30. It's basically just having a second timer that sits there, which is useful in its own way. Chat, I still don't have any slime balls. I have a lot of sneezing pandas. I didn't realize how little or how unoften they sneeze slime balls. It's such a weird mechanic. Oh, wow. Oh, that's not very good. Glad I have it. But yeah, now it's only been... Now it's been a minute since I've bred the pandas, but not a minute since I've done it. IBX Toy Cat, I look at the Minecraft wiki, it says baby pandas sneeze more. Exactly. That's why I'm deliberately breeding as many baby pandas as possible. The adult pandas do sneeze some tiny amount, but it's not even worth considering it. Also, hear me out, end update drops 2 parts. Lego Show TV, I've got to say, I don't think the end update should be done in a drop. If they're going to do it as a drop, they should prepare it way ahead of time. I think they should be working on it right now. Are they working on it right now? There's the fun question. But yeah, you need to find some way to get to the Nether so you can get potions to make infinite slime balls. If only there was a way to get to the Nether, pal. Yeah, I love it. So now it's been a minute 51, which means everyone is ready to breed again. See, I guess unless I like really obsess over the timer, it's not going to be more useful than anything else. It is nice to get a good enchanted book, though. There's so much sneezing happening now. This is good. Every sneeze has a tiny chance of giving me a slime ball. So it's exactly what we want to do. We just want to keep the sneezing rolling all day, every day. I would grow some more pandas up so I could breed 3 sets at a time, but I'm sure they will just do it themselves. And that will solve another problem. I wonder if Mojang already thinks the end was updated in the combat update. I used to think they'd probably think that. But actually, I kind of think probably the opposite. I think based on what they've been saying, you know, when Jeb talks publicly about it, when, you know, Olraf was like, oh yeah, if we were to do an end update, here's how it would be. You know, like, no, if they felt they had a gotcha, if they felt they could just say, there's been an end update, you idiots, then they would just say, there's been an end update, you idiots, every time it came up. But they're specifically not saying that. Whereas, you know, there are quite a few features. I think Jeb did basically confirm, like, yeah, we're not going back to the original mob designs. You know, the mob A, B, C, D. Although I think if we are getting an ocean update, that'd be the perfect time, so... Maybe even Minecraft developers can have to change their strategy, you know, regularly. Yeah, this timer is not useful at all, chat. I put a timer there, but I am not sure what it is doing for me. Okay, so pandas. No slime balls yet. I'm gonna jump in here just to be sure. No slime balls yet, chat. No slime balls at all. Go for another little fishy fish. Definitely excited for some of these to grow up, because a lot of them are sneezy. But also, I'm gonna just repair the boots together. I don't think I need multiple pairs of boots. I don't think I even need 1 pair of boots. Look at all these sneezes. How are there not slime balls coming out? It's like that. It's like the piglin dance. There are some features that are really rare, but because you don't experience them regularly, you don't even know that they're rare. You just assume like, well, 100% of the time I've seen a baby panda sneeze, it produced a slime ball, but I've only seen what is meant to be a rare event. It's like if you watched a Minecraft video by a 2012 YouTuber and they're like, oh yeah, I mined off camera to get diamonds, and you're like, oh, it's so much easier to find diamonds when you're not on camera. That's the secret to finding diamonds, is to turn off your recording software for a minute or two, it seems. I don't know why everyone else hasn't worked this one out. Download myself a copy of Fraps just so I can run it and turn it off later. So Kat, you need to start crazy promoting the end update like you did for the cave update. I feel like it's a little bit of I feel like it's a little bit of a dead meme in that way, because I've already done it.
You should watch the Ultimate Guide to Fishing in 1.21 by some Minecraft YouTuber. Good video.
Thank you, David. I actually have watched that video. I have some bugbears to raise the creator of it, so I'm gonna do them right here. If you've watched it too. One of those is the fact that the title says 1.21, but we're on 1.21.100. If the true belief of that creator was in honesty at all costs, then the title would have to change every update, or it would say 1.21.xx or something. But I think that the reason it says 1.21 is because that is the more catchy thing that people are still searching, because most people don't know how version updates work. But yeah, the whole needing to go into the pen for slime balls feels like an ally use case. It'd be a great ally use case if we could get allies and if we had a slime ball already to give to the ally. But we do not. But yeah, you're right, actually. I do see, in a normal world, we wouldn't be doing this. But in a normal world where we, for some reason, needed to do this, that would be incredibly useful. Yeah, I should correct him. Seemed wrong. Yeah, I should leave a comment. I think that'll achieve the change I want to see in the world. Is if I leave a slightly snarky comment about it. Weirdly, I think the comment section has been like so uniquely positive. I think that is a case. If I talk a little bit of shop with you, internet. I think that the guide videos are ones that like are a struggle, and I just didn't do them for years because it's like everyone already knows. What's the point? But we've now gotten to the point where like, and now everyone who watches it is like, oh yeah, this is awesome, Toy Cat. This is a fun world. You made some fun. I think that is the challenge. That is the hard bit. I think that's also why a lot of like, can I give advice? I had a cousin ask me recently, like, you know, what's your tips if I wanted to start making YouTube shorts? And I've been thinking about it a lot, so I'm gonna share it with all of you internet. I'll give you the same advice I'd give you if you were family. Because if you're watching an hour and a half into a stream where I'm literally sitting here feeding pandas bamboo and then fishing, then you're basically family. It's like we're at Olive Garden over here. But it's like we're at Olive Garden eating pasta and fries together. But look how many snotty pandas there are. Yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe grow some up. I think that is the thing that makes sense to do. Yeah, so the thing that I always like, my aunt, weirdly enough, is like, I have like the most like anti-social media family that have all like suddenly come around to social media recently. But I love like people like ask for like advice, like, oh, have you been doing this for so long? What's the tip? And weirdly enough, there's a few tips that like became clear in 2012 that like seem obvious because all popular social media uses it. That isn't obvious now. The biggest one I think though is like you need to have personality in your content. You need to have personality in anything you do. TV shows, movies, paintings. If you're a literal artist in that sense. We would collectively eat so many free breadsticks. Yeah, we're eating hundreds of breadsticks here, chat. And then I'm running out on the bill. Because I didn't like the beer. It came expired, and I'm going to threaten to sue the restaurant so that you will get your breadsticks for free. You're worth it, internet. Oh, wow. Enchanted bow. Oh, not a good one. I mean, I guess I've already got everything I need from an enchanted bow. So I count 146 6-year-old second cousins. I got 146 viewers. That's an interesting number. Yeah, I think I think that actually is an interesting case of like, so I haven't seen the stream views till Dasher mentioned it just there. But that is like kind of the proof that like getting in at part 17, really bad idea. I don't need to tell you it's a bad idea, but it is like, who wants to get in at part 17 in a series like this? Apparently a large number of people, not big fans. Not big fans at all. So the reason I think having personality is so important is because you need some reason that people are going to watch that next thing by you. And if you make it some, like, you know, this is why, like, YouTube's, like, you know, creating of billions of niches is, like, such a problem. Is because, you know, like, by having a creator that you follow because you want to see, you know, Minecraft seeds, having a creator you follow for this means you don't care about what they do elsewise, which is probably fine from a generate content perspective. But from the creator itself perspective, it means that, it's really popular now to make, like, you know, food Instagram. I think it's like, everyone loves the idea of food and travel accounts, myself included. I would love to have a food Instagram. But, the reason that I think it's, like, such a dangerous thing to be like, oh yeah, but the most annoying thing about videos is how they try to insert their personality. But the opposite problem is if you just have content that is all about the thing, why would anyone who finds that piece of content want to find another piece of yours? And so I think, like, the way that I consider it to be, like, at least a mild success is if people who enjoy watching the other videos are like, yeah, I'll see what you want to say about fishing. I'll see what you're doing up in the sky. I don't understand why you're doing this challenge, Toycat, but I'm curious what you have to say while you're doing it. I think that is the goal, is to have, you know, you can kind of argue, like, if we're diving deep into the concept of the parasociality. Also, Cooking with Toycat returns when? I'm glad you asked, David. Wow, perfect question. For the member-thon on Sunday, we're setting up goals, and at each of those goals, something fun will happen. So when we hit, if we hit, I should clarify, if we hit 450 members, we'll do Cooking with Toycat again. Gonna be a lot of fun. It's a classic series. We can bring it back. I would be silly not to, really. Okay, so give him a quick breed. Breed. And we'll go to sleep, I think. I'm surprised the baby pandas haven't grown up yet, to be honest with you. I'm the Russian cousin of the toy family, TM. So, oh, how did you get out? How did you? Like, seriously, how did he? It means we have 3 pandas. Yeah, please come back. Okay, you know, let's grow up one of these pandas. Just replace him. It makes life easier for me. Okay, I'm gonna go back in here, by the way. We have to make sure. Oh, wait, was that a slime ball? No, it was not a slime ball. It felt like a slime ball, but it wasn't. It's sad, chat. It's very sad. I am quite amazed at how many pandas we have and how little that has contributed to what's going on. But yeah, it's a thing. I think show a funny Minecraft series where you just mess about with friends. Yeah, so that's the classic example. That is the type of content people want to be making. And that's why there's so much of it that exists. Is because if your content is literally, we play the game, not particularly well, but we have a fun time doing it, loads of people are going to be like, yeah, let's give it a watch. Let's give that a watch. I want to see it. I want to, you know, you get me? Like, I think that people are going to like you if they see you having fun. No one's coming to you for the gameplay or for the other things you're doing. Yeah, I think it's the ideal for a lot of people from like that business sense, I guess you could say. But like to me, it's like it's not the thing that I am good at. I think that's a struggle for a lot of things. It's like, you know, I might really like Oreos, but I know that I'm not gonna make an Oreo competitor. I don't like Oreos, by the way. I think they're terrible. Honestly, can I rant about how bad Oreos are? But Ivan Roel! Hello, Toycat. I've been watching for 11 years old, and I started recently participating in streams. I've missed out. 11 years? Are you sure that's correct? 2014? Jesus. What made you stick? Oh no! What made you stick around for all those years, huh? It's gonna be something weird that happened there. Yeah, so one of the interesting problems I think is that if you know, here's like a fun proverb I learned today. But like, you know, intelligence is the ability to solve problems, but like wisdom is the ability to know if a problem needs to be solved. I think a lot of people, you know, like a lot of people when they like hone their skills in their craft get quite easily convinced that like, yeah, create it. Like I'm gonna give people the solution to these crazy complex problems they've never had. I made this video when Minecraft Bedrock came out about how you could trick people into falling into water because of the chest render distance, chat. And it was a video that I think literally, like, it was one of my, like, worst viewed videos at the time. Because, like, it's fun, but also how many people are in a world where they need to trick their friends into dying, specifically while playing the Bedrock Edition, which was the new weird version at the time? The answer was not very many, is it? Also, there's gotta be a slime ball in here, chat. How is there no slime ball? Does anyone have a good explanation as to how we can have this many pandas and not have a slime spawn in? It's okay. So let's get these guys in here. I don't know how I got them in here last time, but I want to do that again. Okay. They're all sneezing a lot. That has to be a good thing. I think I'm going to make the walls higher over here. And then make them go around the thing too. Okay, they're in. Let's give them a quick breed. Then let's make some more fences. Okay, fence. Make a lot more fences, I guess. Make a lot more walls. And then let's place them around the outside here. So just all the way around. Make it impossible for a panda to escape. Just make it possible for them to go up one block temporarily. And then over here. There we go. That should do a lot, I hope. I do see that this is one of the problems of small farms, chat. I do see that that is a problem. That it's a problem I am solving. You know, the thing is, pandas sneezing and not giving you slime balls, it could be a bug for how little people rely on it. And you wouldn't even know for a long time. One or two people made a core memory because of the prank you taught them, surely. Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting idea. Also, you can stand between two fences. I guess so, huh? That's interesting. Yeah, I used to, so the thing that I used to do quite well, the thing that I think, like, during, like, the earliest, like, you know, like, the rise from, like, you know, like, being, I don't know, like, 100,000 to, like, a few 100,000 subscribers. It was just, I played a lot of Minecraft, just, like, testing weird stuff, and sharing some of those weird interactions, like, sharing why they were useful to people. And, yeah, like, I think that because that was the case, I, like, really pushed that to its extreme. Like, okay, I'd start solving problems that you were really unlikely to have, but if you did, you'd be amazed that there was a video about it. And I think that that is, like, the concept of being too niche, like, in a nutshell. Of, like, yeah, there are not a lot of people who need to know about that. I hope that there was one or two people that did find it enjoyable. Oh, no, I got the panda instead of anyone else. Chat. Oh! Did the panda just attack me? Chat. What just happened? Can pandas attack players? No way. It must have been something else, right? Is it random full damage? Okay, I'm still making full noises, so I'm not going to randomly find myself on the ground. What just happened? Okay, so I'm going to fish here. Once I got one more fish, go back in and do this. Hit boxes. Perhaps pandas can't sneeze properly at high altitudes or needs to be on top of grass. Yeah, there's, like, it's entirely possible there's some weird bug in there that we wouldn't know about. I think that's why it's important to test stuff like this. One of the things that's been going well recently, chat, like really, like, million view well, are the shorts on, like, the silly challenges I've been, like, you know, like, doing the research for. A lot of people enjoy seeing, like, oh yeah, that is, because I test, like, basic stuff, and then I'm like, oh, well, if that would work, then I could do this, and I, like, plan stuff out. And it's cool to, like, see those turned into videos. They'll bite you once you hit them. I've never, see, I think the moment I stopped doing that, I stopped picking up some of the weird interactions. The fact that pandas bite you is entirely foreign to me. That sounds like a made-up Minecraft feature. Okay, let's go in here. Let's quickly see. Any slime balls? There's got to be a slime ball by now. Surely. There's so many sneezes. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going. An aggressive panda never stops biting you if you hit it. Oh, so he might kill me. I might die to a panda bite. As funny and silly as that would be, I should watch out for it. Do you know what the new Copper update is called? Some people are saying they don't want spoilers for the Copper Age, so I won't give them. Panda bears are pandas, but they're also bears. I mean, if we're going to call them panda bears, I guess they are, right? If we do use that terminology, then it is truthful. Pandas attack players. Pandas barely find the time to breed unless they're at the perfect height. So how are they finding time to attack players? It's the reason I don't get angry. It's like, why would you put so much work of your... Oh, so they're getting back here. That's a problem. Why would you put so much effort? Okay, so we have to now... we have a big problem on our hands here, chat. We have such a silly big problem on our hands. So just get in here, please. Just in. And so that means we have to now build the walls around the edges to have, like... Okay, so you are going to die. I'm sorry. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. We have to stop the pandas getting out via the easy gaps. So like, it's probably an easy gap here. We need to do one there and one there. That should be enough for now. Let's hope that it is. Get some more bamboo. Get some more breeding in. It's starting to get a little bit silly, but that means the synergies are starting to kick in, chat. The synergies of having so many pandas means some of these pandas are going to sneeze a slime ball. Just eventually, they mathematically are going to have to, right? Need to build a bigger pen? Nope. Generic observer, I am dead set against the bigger pen because someone's already told me to do it. And I don't believe in that. It's like koala bears. They're not koalas, but marsupials. I think bear is just an interesting... You know, a lot of people get, like, tight about this one. And I think it's, like, it's true if you're really deep into a field that it matters. But I think linguistically speaking, it actually is. Like, anything can be anything, right? Like, you know, a panda is not a panda bear. A koala is not a koala bear. But, like, if we're all calling it a bear, then how is it not a bear, right? I think there's, I watched a fun Hank Green video about, like, there's no real definition of what a fish is. We just call something a fish because it looks like a fish. And every time we try to categorize fish in that way, it doesn't work. But we want to have fish, so we can just call them fish. It's the same way we made the definition of mammals, and then we found that platypus monstrosity. And we're like, I guess it has to be in the club. Like, we would have designed the rules to specifically not allow it into the club. But we were too late to doing... Okay, so now let's push you in there. I have no idea how he's pushing himself out. There we go. He's in now. Okay, then we'll give everyone another quick breed session. We need to make these walls a lot higher. And I'm going to maybe make a fence gate or something. Okay, let's just look at all the eating that's happening. Then we jump in. Someone has sneezed, surely. No one is sneezing a slime ball? I mean, everyone's sneezing all the time. You can actively see it. But it's not paying dividends, chat. The slime ball dividends are not being paid. It's terrible. Give you a quick breed. Give you a quick breed. Give everyone a quick little breed. Okay, then let's go to bed. Toy Cat is an 1800 scientist who concludes his experiments don't work at night. Yeah, exactly. Confusingly. Okay, let's get one more panda up to full size. And then let's add him to the breeding pool. As long as they're like regular... Yeah, as long as they're snotty pandas, we can just do this all day. And it does work out for us. So I just will. Give everyone another breed. At some point, breeding them becomes my full-time job. And I'll just sit in the mess, in this corner, waiting for good things to happen. Eventually, good things will happen. Do I have a slime ball pile in here that I'm just not noticing? It feels like I must at this point. Chat, there's so much sneezing happening, but none of that sneezing is resulting in good things. Oh, I've knocked out another panda, confusingly. Toy Cat making a new COVID variant in that pen. Yeah, I mean, we're learning a lot about how Minecraft renders pandas right now. There's a lot of Z fighting going on. Oh, that's a phrase I learned because of Minecraft, by the way. There's so many Z fighting bugs in Bedrock, but I had to learn what Z fighting is. Also, we're gonna get the Ultimate Guide to Pandas at some point now. I think we're gonna have to, right? Isn't that fun that I can learn about pandas for the first time properly? You know, like outside of like the basics, what should you do with them? I can learn about pandas properly by having them be this many blocks up in the air. Isn't that just a delight? Yes, yes it is. Those poor pandas. Okay, everyone gets another breed cycle. Especially you. How do they even get out there? Come in. Over here, please. I insist. Get in the pile. Get in the love pile. There we go. And we'll get out. We'll go fishing a little bit more. Again, it's nice that we are getting some fishing done. We're getting enchanted books. We're getting enchanted bows. I'm getting experience, which is useful for the anvil. I'm getting fish, which is, you know, they exist. A baby panda still only has a 1 in 700 chance of dropping a slime ball. Is that, even if they have a snotty nose, it's 1 in 700? So I'm waiting for 700 sneezes to happen, is what you're saying, using that maths? So that's pretty intensive, so. That's a lot of sneezes. Okay, so let's load this guy back into the pen. He clearly needs to come here. In we come. Okay, he's fallen at the first hurdle. Pandas are not very intelligent. Okay, give everyone a quick little breed. Quick little breed run. Seems pretty good to me. Put this away. They do such bizarre things, chat. I really like look at this. I guess this is because I'm putting them in such a tight space. I can't even blame them. But actually I'm gonna blame them anyway. So yeah, if it's a 1 in 700 chance, I keep thinking I've seen one, but it's the baby's nose. If it's a 1 in 700 chance, chat, we just sit here. Does that mean we just run the game overnight, and then we wake up, and then the sneezes have resulted in some slime balls for us? I'm willing to do it if that's what it takes. I'm willing to do it. If I have to run my first AFK farm in a long time, this might be a great place for that. Also, Sunbear is a weird dog. So let's go for another one of these. It'd be pretty annoying if sneezing is bugged on Bedrock. I could believe I'm getting unlucky. I think RNG, especially when it's like rare RNG, it's really hard to get a feel. Also, look at this. They're sneezing like crazy now. This is what I'm loving, chat. Some of these sneezes, it's constant sneezes now. Some of these sneezes will result in good things. One assumes. Okay, let's get in. Oh, so many sneezes in here. It's just non-stop jumping. Okay, you definitely need to breed, not eat. Okay, no, he's decided the opposite. I think I'm gonna need more bamboo spots for the amount of breeding I'm now doing. Or I could just dedicate all my time to this as well. Also a valid possibility. Yeah, I'm going for a lot of bamboo. And it's not necessarily resulting. Okay, so that's just... There we go. Get some love mode on. You want to get some love mode on? Okay, you as well, maybe? Yeah. Look at this pile of pandas. When they grow up, chat, we're going to have such a big problem. It's going to... They're literally going to explode off the side. I feel like I'm catching a cold just watching this. We bears, because Toycat taught us that pandas do in fact stack. I mean, look at this. It's working great. Okay, so now we get this guy in. Oh, if we could do that, that'd be really useful. Back into the pile. Back into the pile. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, I'll give you a little nudge. A little nudge that you need. And we give him a breed. And then him a breed. Ah, there we go. You're next to each other. You can do this. I see you looking. Make that baby child. So yeah, okay. So 700 sneezes. How many sneezes are we getting per second, would you say, chat? In fact, let's measure it. I'm gonna count for 1 minute and see how many sneezes there are. 1 sneeze. 2 sneeze. 3 sneeze. 4 sneeze. 5 sneeze. 6 sneeze. 7 sneeze. 8 sneeze. 9 sneeze. 10 sneeze. So we're getting about a sneeze every other second. So 700 sneezes occurs in roughly... Again, this is a very rough guess. That means 700 sneezes is roughly... I'm going to plant some bamboo on my little plot, by the way. 700 sneezes is going to take us roughly 22 minutes. So every time we want a slime ball at this current sneeze rate, we have to wait 22 minutes. We have been doing this for a lot more than 22 minutes, but we haven't had this many pandas for all of that time. So it's not a perfectly fair comparison yet. For what it's worth, plant 4 bamboo. But yeah, as we keep things moving, we should expect to see some slime balls drop in here somewhere. I won't be able to see them But as long as I'm standing in here, I should be able to collect them. So many mobs in the pen. I'm having flashbacks to the pig liquid from Superflat. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, huh? Okay, so destroy this bamboo. Okay, so get some love mode happening. You know, they're not going into love mode. They're eating bamboo instead. Is this their version of sharing love? Okay, so I guess I just sit here. Yeah, so there's no sneezes at all happening. Chat, it's been forever since a sneeze. Maybe they don't sneeze while I've got bamboo in here. Maybe that could be it. Yeah, it could be. They're not sneezing when they're actively looking at bamboo. So now I sit here as a cat amongst the pigeons. To get a mob drop in gaming, 22 minutes is nothing. That's a fun point. If you say it like that, 22 minutes, no time whatsoever. We just sit here, and every time they bounce, we should see the slime ball if it's under there. And then just every now and then, really quickly, we go out and we breed the quickest to find pandas. The pandas are getting quite high up. You and you, just quickly, we give them breed. Then we get straight back to it. Straight back into it, chat. Then we wait some more. And again, every time we get out the slime balls, the bamboo, we're lowering our drop rate. So we make sure that we don't. But there are so many sneezes happening. Some of these sneezes must be productive, huh? Surely if they're too cramped, then they were going to sneeze a blob. It might get cancelled because something's in the way. Nah, that's not how that works. I'm like 75% sure. Okay, let these two guys breed now. Again, just while the rest of this is still happening, got some XP, which means it went off successfully. More sneezes. It's like I'm working the weirdest slave labor camp ever. It's like I'm non-consensually trying to... I don't know, I guess it is how people running camp... Okay, no, sorry, don't bite me. Please don't. Yeah, weird mob. Very weird mob. That one's not being aggressive towards me. Okay, so we need to get them back in here. Especially the adults. Be very quick with the breeding plans. Then back to sneezing. As long as the babies don't get out, I guess it's also fine. Chat, any sneezes yet? No sneeze balls. But more babies means more sneeze balls, means more good. What we do want... Oh! It's the aggressive guy. What we do once you get the sticky piston. I need 2 sticky pistons, if you'll believe it. And once I've got 2 sticky pistons, I'm going to get lava. I think we might actually get dangerously close to day 200 before that happens. Because as you can see, no results. Okay, so just come down here. Just everyone, get in here real quick. Thank you very much. Okay, I don't know why some of you are deciding on love mode and some of you aren't, but just stay in here, please, if you can. They've got such weird movement mechanics. Like, it does... I think Minecraft has some weird stuff going on that makes this work the way that it does in general. But it just feels very, very strange. Come on, slime ball somewhere. There has to be one. How will you get lava with pistons? I've got a very elaborate setup planned. It's very elaborate. Involves honey, involves slimes, involves a lot. Okay. We have the elaborate setup. Okay. We need a sticky piston to make it work. I've got the regular pistons. I've traded for redstone. You just need some other pistons now too. So let's chop down some of these. Yeah, my bamboo is just not keeping track with the rest of what I've got. So I could start killing some of the pandas that make it out of the pen. But I hope it doesn't come to that. Okay, all of you fellas, get in here. It's time to get back in the pen. I don't know why you keep jumping out. But give them a quick breed. And will they breed even though it's nighttime, chat? This is how our experiment is working. Have you ever had an urge to play any other games aside from Minecraft? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Skyrim. I think I would... I think, honestly, the game... You know, I know you gave me a wink, wink, nudge, nudge that you'd love. I think I do get like big bouts of I'd like to play City Skylines. I think I like love city planning and urban stuff and all that whatnot. I get random bouts of I want to play this so bad. I get random bouts of RuneScape, like nostalgia. But I also like having like a chill, like I like having a collectible game where I'm just like I have a bunch of easy objectives I have to work towards. You know, I think it's weirdly like, you know, like I was mentioning earlier, like when you on the internet and any office job in general, like if you're the head of marketing for Adidas, like your job is a bunch of metrics that are really hard to actually directly influence, which probably like really like gets at you, I imagine. Also, that guy didn't want to breed. Well, do you want to breed? Hope you do. So yeah, I feel like a game where it's like your job is to collect all of the bike parts. Your job is to get the fastest time on all of these courses. I've been playing Wheel World. It's a game about biking. But I like Far Cry games or like Assassin's Creed, you know, like the generic Ubisoft go and collect all the things game was actually pretty enjoyable to me. Chat, I don't know what to say about this. I don't think that baby pandas are gonna give us a slime ball. I've got so many of them. They're sneezing so much. I've got such a big pile, and it is resulting in Nout. So let's go for a little pickup of my bamboo. I do need as much as I can get. A stream or two of RuneScape can't hurt. Yeah, but then I think, like, weirdly enough, one of the things that I think is, like, most useful, like, every now and then I'm like, you know, I think it'd be really fun to, like, play Education Edition. It's, I say this a lot, but you know, actually, I don't say this a lot. I say this to myself a lot. I think that one of the craziest, most important bits of being a YouTuber, if I could give you advice as my cousin equivalent internet, I think so much of it is like idea generation. The sort of idea where when you see a video, you're like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad someone has done that. I want to see what they did while they were doing that. Okay, some more pandas, more breeding, more happy. Okay, they definitely bred. Sneezing. Come on, produce a slime ball, somebody. I do a little walk through the pen just to show you that there aren't any slime balls. There are so many pandas which could make slime balls. Okay. I don't like that they're not entering love mode with each other. They're just deciding to eat my bamboo as a gift. It's very nice of them to decide that I've gifted that to them. Okay. Sneezing time. Oh, yes! Oh, we did it! Slime ball! Slime ball! That means I can make a sticky piston. I've got the pistons at home. We finally got one! Ah. Yeah, like, sitting in a pen looking for a slime ball, like, it gets me, chat. You know? It got to me. It's you know, like, it's weird. I love challenges like this, because while you're doing them, you're like, why am I doing this? But then it all comes together and you're like, yes, that is why I'm doing this. And I love that moment. Oh, so good. And that's kind of why I loved Super Flat to begin with. Like, I love this, like, it is basically impossible, but there's a way to do it. I love finding that, like, possibility in the impossibility. And this challenge just proved that it's good for that. By the way, my field of view feels super low. I'm going to quickly see if I can turn that up. Is it down to 60? No, it's 7. It looks like it feels like I'm looking at this through a tunnel right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never felt this. Specifically while fishing here. Also, now get the cocoa beans. Exactly! Chat, if you don't know, I'm still looking for cocoa beans as well. Cocoa beans are a rare drop that we can find here. And until I get cocoa beans, I can't get brown dye. Do I need brown dye? Probably not, but it's like one of those nice things to get. So while we wait for the second slime ball, I do have to just jump in here every now and then and check. But while I wait for that, I can get this done. I do need to regularly breed the pandas. But still, yeah, we should be mostly good. Yes, I knew I wasn't crazy, says Taylor Davis. Indeed, we finally did it. I think the Wandering Trader would have been better, but we definitely... We're not getting a Wandering Trader for some reason. I wonder why not. I feel like we had one last stream. Do you think he likes grass or something weird like that? He just doesn't consider this to be a real land of any variety. Oh yeah, maybe because we only have slabs. He can only spawn on like those 6 grass blocks over there. But yeah, I'm going to fish for a bunch, and then once my bamboo is grown, I'll give another little breed cycle. Like, you know, these two guys, give them a little breed. So we're still likely to get our second thing, but we do our best otherwise. The panda sneezing noises are getting to me. They're getting to you to make you love pandas. It makes you want to start a panda farm, doesn't it? But yeah, like, the Minecraft base game, it feels like every time something like this is added, it's like, but why do you even need it? And I love having, like, the place for these weird interactions that actually make... Okay, so yeah, I forgot them. They're not breeding if I have the bamboo out. I love finding the place for these interactions, and this is that. This is the perfect place for making bamboo work. I like how the default texture pack on Bedrock still advertises itself as new and stylish textures. I mean, they are new textures, right? Some of those textures were added literally 2 months ago. The copper textures were added 1 month ago. If you go to drop free 2025 toggle. I wish pandas had more uses. Yeah, I've been an advocate most of my time on YouTube for make things useful. And I used to get so much hate for that. Like, oh no, Toy Cat, I think pandas can be cool because they're pandas. It's like, but there should be some, even if it's like a niche, you know, an edge case use. I've yet to find a use for the camel. Yeah, it's a shame. You know, like Olraf is like someone I consider to be a friend. I would love to have like this chat with him actually. You know, I think I'll do that rather than like airing it without him. I'd love to chat to him about mobs like the camel and the goat. I'd be interested to see what he said if we spoke about it. But yeah, I feel like I think it'd be really, really, really interesting. Repeat question: Why do no traders have slime balls in this world? They could have slime balls, they just haven't had slime balls. It's a chance thing, and the chance hasn't gone our way yet. Okay, so let's bring all of these fellas in here. You all see me? You're all gonna come over here. Get in the pen. In the pen. In the pen. Okay, give them a quick breed. You two. Just absolutely breed the heck out of them. I'm still looking for cocoa beans, chat. But once I get cocoa beans in this second slime ball, I can say that I've been done with this jungle. And I can say that it's been a pretty successful run too. Which is nice. I'm gonna jump in here just to be sure that there's not a slime ball. Then I'm going to get to the fishing. Then we're going to do this a bit more. I can't seem to find camels even after the spawn buff. Oh, they are everywhere now, yeah. I think in a weird way, them spawning in deserts is like a good thing, but then also it's like a, oh, now their value is gone sort of thing. You know, like, I think that's such a tricky thing about Minecraft in general. You streaming tomorrow or will the next one be on Sunday? Great question. The next one will be on Sunday, where maybe we'll have some cooking planned. I bet the next Wandering Trader will trade slime balls. The next Wandering Trader will trade... You know, I like you. I want to take your bet, Toby Piggy. I think he won't. Okay, any slime balls by any chance? Anyone see any floating around in there? It'd be nice if we did. Eventually, cocoa beans will spawn. I'm going to look up what the odds for cocoa beans are, chat. So, real quick, fishing Minecraft. Fishing Minecraft. Oh, okay, no. Fishing Minecraft. I have to keep a finger on my right click. Oh, there we go. Okay, so items obtainable. If you are in a jungle, you have a... Wait, what? Oh, it's a Bedrock exclusive. Really? Oh, it's not on here, chat. I don't think you can get it. Oh, no, it is on here. It's a 1.0% chance in the junk category. So 1 in every 100 fishes you do should end up as cocoa beans. I feel like I fished at least 100 times. The fishing rod has 300 durability, and this one has, wait, this one has unbreaking free. So this fishing rod has like 1200 durability. I've fished 600 times. Maybe I've caught 300 there. Oh! Oh, efficiency 4 and breaking free. Oh, chat, I'm putting that on my axe. I mean, I could put it on a sword or something. No, yeah, efficiency... Riptide free too. If I got a trident. Chat, if I got a trident... Oh, if I get a trident, I could go flying. Okay, wait. I think we just got the most incredible thing. If I put that on a trident, can I get tridents? Drowns will spawn below water. Yeah, I could make a drown tank. And if naturally spawned drowns give me a trident. It's crazy to think, but we could. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty bullish about where this is gonna lead us, chat. Because then we could fly all the way out to like that, to the ocean ruin, or to the We'd have to be really, really careful not to go below Y200, I guess, actually. But if we could, I could do like a test version, see if that makes any sense before we do it. Yeah, as soon as the pandas grow up, they leave the cage, which is actually like a good thing on one level. But it is a bit of a pain for getting this slime ball that we're trying to. Also, please get out of my fishing basin. If you have to fall off the edge, then so be it. But just don't be up here, please. Flying equals a big chance of falling below Y200. As long as we go high up enough, right? We could go high up. Yeah, without an elytra, actually, to like keep you steady. I think just a Riptide Trident would get you marked. I missed Harrison. Is then all good? You've missed Harrison? Hopefully Harrison's unsubscribed. That is they're cooking with Toy Cat. Yeah, actually, Harrison's doing great. Yeah, I think, you know, I found, no, I don't want to share his personal life. I think oversharing myself is fine. I feel like oversharing, like, specifically someone who you know the name of, it's like going a bit far. Like, I can tell you all about, you know, my friend and his girlfriend and, you know, how she cheated on him, and that's fine because you don't know who she is or who he is. But if you do know Harrison, just to clarify, that. Oh, cocoa beans! Chat, it's happened. We got our cocoa beans. We got our slime ball. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the cocoa beans down. Just start that farm right here, right now. I could use actually the bones that I got from fishing. Grow that up. Chop it down. How many cocoa beans do we get for that? Oh, there's too many pandas that have gone loose. Then we grow 2 of those cocoa beans. I'll bone meal 1 of those up. And then I'll jump inside here. I only needed that 1 cocoa bean. Now I need this second slime ball, chat. But I worry all of the pandas are going to grow up. And we won't get that second slime ball. I worry that has a real chance of happening. So we're going to run around. And we're going to get it. You're on a rural cacao farm now. Yeah, we're a fancy West African plantation with questionable child labor practices. Because I am farming cacao, and no one can stop me. Get a parrot? Yeah, that's a kind of tempting idea too, for sure. Oh, is it grown already? That was fast, huh? So now we grow... Okay, now we place rest of these around here. Yeah, super handy. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. It's nighttime. I don't like any risks. We're good. I think I heard the drop rate for a jungle tree sapling is broken. Yeah, I have heard this too. Okay, breaky, 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 makey, may. Oh, what is that noise? Okay, they're just eating some bamboo they found on the ground. That's good for them, I guess. Let's give everyone a quick little breed. Then pick up some more of this. Some more of this. Yeah, it's a bit annoying that they're eating my bamboo before it hits the ground. I think I should kill them for that. But yeah, for now I think it's mostly... Okay, you and you. We've got lots of pandas doing lots of things. But what's important is we get this second slime ball, chat. I need this second slime ball really badly. And then it'll be good. Do you have jungle wood plantamon? Dumb question, didn't see the tree. To be fair, it is only the top half of a tree. I can see why you would be confused by that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this has gone. I still need a second slime ball though, chat. So I think I either have to sit here AFK, or we have to do a bunch of like breeding and come back or something like that. Or I could bring just a couple of them with me and like re-establish this later. I think every way we do this, it's going to become a pain. You know, if only I'd built this bigger. There was no one telling me to do it, chat. I wish someone was. But no one gave me the advice that if I'd have built this bigger, it probably would have worked better. I just like the jank too much. I like doing the most with the minimum to the point where I'll specifically stay with the minimum for a bit longer. Just to have a bit more jank in my life. But sometimes that's what we all need. Just a little bit of jank. To keep things moving in a good way. Okay, so now we're going to try and move some pandas into here. And then breed those pandas quickly once they do get in here. And then we'll go and grab some more. It feels like we should get like a lead and like tie them all to a fence or something. It's a shame you can't tie 50 mobs to the same fence using the same lead. But yeah, second slime ball. If I get it, I'd be good. But I think I might have to wait a little bit for that. For now, I hope you're contrarian to a fault. Do you know if you bred a gilded panda, they sneeze 2 slime balls at a time? Darn, the gilded panda is what I really needed. Pandas are almost as annoying as breeding axolotls for the blue one. Yeah. The blue axolotl is a surprisingly tempting task for many. But at least the blue axolotl, you'd had something to show for it. In most of Minecraft, it's like, good job. You've got the same thing you'd get if you killed literally 1 slime and you got really bad RNG from his drops. But I didn't kill 1 slime. I got this from a panda, chat, which feels super, super cool, actually. There are no slimes that can spawn above Y200, and so getting one of these makes me feel very, very good. But yeah, for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I've got to get to some other big... I've got a lot of, videos. This weekend is going to be crazy busy for me, chat. I have all of my social engagements for, like, the week have, like, come into one big place. So it was really good to catch you, Muddy Phoenix, and Dan Mahoney, and everyone else. I feel like we probably have, like, 1 episode left, and then we hit day 200, which means next time is where we're going to be fetching the lava from under the ground, chat. I just need 1 slime ball first. And getting 1 slime ball is a bit of a problem that we'll hopefully have fixed by then. Oh my god, look at this. Look how ridiculous this island has become. I knew that things would be crazy. I just didn't realize it would be this crazy. We have a lot of sneezers. We have a lot of cocoa beans. We have a lot of good things. And you can catch the last part for like season 2 next week sometime. It actually won't be next week. It's going to be like 3 weeks from now until I can finish this. You know, actually, we should try to finish this before I go off and do a thing. But yeah, for SkyGloo, it's been a lot of fun. But in the next one, unless we die, I'll have hit my first ever 200 days in hardcore. And, critically, as a fun little bonus, as well as hitting 200 days in hardcore. Did I just feed them and they did nothing for me? As well as hitting 200 days in hardcore, I'll also have managed to complete what I think is something quite special. And we'll be working out how we go to the Nether and so on and so forth. Anyway, with that said, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. You can do some weird things on a keyboard, huh? Yeah, have a good night. I'm gonna go pour this down the sink. Which is what my friend should have done all those years ago. Oh, you know, I want to believe. I'm at the casino right now, and I'm like, oh, but maybe the slots will come up in my favor if I just keep pulling the lever. But I know the lever's designed to make me think that I'm gonna get a good win. But I still can't shake the belief that maybe I will. Yeah, have a good night, and I'll see you. Oh, check out the news video if you haven't, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Sunday is the big memberthon. We might have Cooking with Toy Cat, if we all believe. Thank you.